It is time now for all things current in California politics. I'm Walt, joined again this week by Rich Ehisen, editor-in-chief of Capital Weekly publication. Rich, the Wednesday shooting of Charlie Kirk. Going forward for state, local officials, what type of security do they need to be aware of? And might this affect politicians doing anything outdoors?
Well, it's hard to think that it won't. I mean, I was at a couple of press conferences this week that were held out on the Capitol grounds, and, there was security around, but, that's a really hard place to defend. It's hard to believe that they are not thinking about this. There's always advanced setup, especially for a governor or a legislative leader, but I think it's going to get a lot more intense if they decide to do any of this at all. I also just really wonder about, other voices for either political party that are very prominent, that maybe don't have state-sponsored protection. They might be increasing their own private security details. I mean, we don't know the motive, the person, as of this moment that we're speaking, so it's hard to say exactly that we can't say with 100% certainty it was political. It certainly seems that it was. And if you have any common sense at all, which most of these people do, they're going to take extra precaution.
So Governor Newsom delivered his State of the State address. He did it via video. He did it and released it. And the Republicans are like, what are you doing? So what was the reasoning behind him not doing an actual State of the State address?
Well, he never does anymore. I mean, we used to have all the pomp and circumstance where the governor would come into the assembly chambers and all of that. And this governor has never wanted to do that. He's always wanted to. He did the tour around the state one year, and he's releasing it in this form, as a written letter or something he's done before. We've speculated about his issues with dyslexia or what have you. I don't really know what it is. He does not like to do this kind of thing. And so releasing it in this manner is much more on brand.
He's much more comfortable speaking off the top instead of being, as we say, married to the teleprompter.
Absolutely.
State Senator Sabrina Cervantes is possibly suing the Sacramento Police Department. She was cited for DUI. Turned out she wasn't, didn't have anything in her system. How did it get to that?
That's a really good question, and we may find out in court. That was one of the press conferences I was at. I know, the thing that the police are saying is when they went to the hospital, she was sitting inside with her sunglasses on. They took that as probable cause to give her testing, etc. Her lawyer tried to play that as that's perfectly normal. I'm not sure I would agree with that. That said, and I asked if they had cited the other driver because everyone acknowledged the other driver ran a stop sign. They didn't. The only thing they cited the driver for was not having their license on them. So this is a precursor. If this doesn't get some resolution, then it's essentially what has to be done before they file a lawsuit.
California's cap and trade program regarding greenhouse gas emissions. Is California backing off of its climate leadership, and if so, why?
I think it's exactly the opposite. I mean, the program as it is doesn't expire till 2030. The big push right now is to get the extension on the books now. A lot of that is because of concerns about what the Trump administration might try to impose on California. He's made noise about dismantling our cap and trade program. The problem a little bit right now is there's a sense of urgency that some folks feel is not necessary, particularly in the business community. They're feeling it's a very rushed thing. We will see. It's all of it is still ongoing as we speak.
Okay, Rich Ehisen, editor-in-chief of Capital Weekly. Rich, thank you as always.
Sure.